It's the podcast of bombast, the silly rap, a hard clash that manufactures laughs while we illuminate the past. Present, future, task, off the cuff, so slick. Hit your funny bone so hard that it pulls a rage quit.
Check, please. First thing I like to say about that fine ass honey walking over my way. Big hips, big nips, big tips, big lips, looking for a kiss from this video game prince.
Don't tell me about no prince though, cause I'm crashing through these bars like a Zimbo. And I hear baby kings don't like that. I'm all about my princes, no peasants, no bitches.
Game is the improv, video improv game, dog game, improv video. Game, improv, yo.
Princes!
We're armed and ready. Welcome to Video Game Improv.
Yeah.
This is John Munger, baby.
This is Brett Hefner.
Hello, my name is Cody. Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you.
I just want to say I fucking brought it,
Did you say please and thank you?
and you guys did not bring it.
I thought we were like coasting off of your bringing it.
I feel like I was perfectly pleasant.
Oh yeah, you're perfectly pleasant, and John came in hot, and I was just like, I'm gonna surf that hotness a little bit, and then we're gonna peter down. We're gonna start up here, and we're gonna come down, and now we're gonna be like in the zone.
Yeah.
I feel like you fucked it up, Brett.
I feel like you opened the door, and I walked through it, baby.
We'll see.
That's all I can say.
We'll let the listeners be the judge.
Listeners, be the judge.
Listeners, please write in and tell us how good that intro was.
Yeah, tell us about like Judge Dredd.
Yep.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Dread. Which one? The original or the remake?
Remake.
Remake
Duh.
was pretty good.
Remake's a good movie.
Remake's good.
Remake's good.
All right.
Original, not so much.
This week
This week.
in Video Game Improv, we are going to discuss Assassin's Creed. But before we get into it, please go to patreon.com/videogameimprov and
Yes.
donate.
Yes.
Donate.
Donut us.
Go nuts.
Honestly, if you want to buy us some donuts, that's totally cool. I'll eat
That's
them.
what you're doing if you... no, that's not it. Not at all what you're doing.
I do not like cream-filled donuts.
I don't think anyone does.
And then if you don't want to support us, or if you can't support us financially, but you do want to support us, please give us a review on iTunes.
Right, just
Please
as
give us some
important.
donuts on iTunes.
Give us some donuts.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Cody, for bringing it in.
Like us on Stitcher. Thumbs that shit up.
Wherever you listen to it, just give
do
us
whatever
some
you
props,
can,
and
please.
that would really help.
Or even just tell your friends.
Yeah, that's awesome as well.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we're
guys.
On, VG Improv.
VG Improv.
VG Improv at Twitter.
Yeah.
On Twitter at VG Improv. And we don't really check our personal accounts, but we do check.
I do check them, but
Yeah, we do check our email, and we've appreciated what we've gotten there thus far.
right,
The video improv game at Gmail.
right.
Anyway, so Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Brett, you've played all the games.
I played
have you not?
every single game except the last two because the series sucks now.
You know, Giant Bomb described the the one that's
The latest one,
as a
Syndicate.
return, Syndicate as a return to form.
Yeah, they described it incorrectly.
Really?
Because it's still a bunch of fucking trash.
That like, you know what? As a side point, like,
There's a reason why
I'm a
even
little
after that
world-
game, they've still decided to take 2 years off instead of doing the yearly format they've been doing since basically the beginning. Because they put the first game out, and then a couple, I think 2 or 3 years later, they did 2. And since 2, they've put a game out every year.
2 was so good.
Yeah, 2 and Brotherhood are amazing. And then Black Flag was amazing.
Black Flag is really good.
Black Flag is probably my favorite game of the series. And then they have been unable to replicate anything close to that since.
Yeah, I'm glad I quit at 2, and it was like just because I like was in a bad place, didn't have a system at the time.
Right.
But then it like worked out really well.
Right, because you ended up missing 3, which is awful.
3?
I played 3.
I liked it.
I like 3.
I didn't like 3. Revelations, which is like awful.
I never played Revelations.
I hate them all.
Played Revelations.
Brett hates them all.
I hate them all. Huge fan of the series. 10 out of 10. No. I like the first one. I like 2. I like Brotherhood. I like Brotherhood a lot.
It was supposed to be just
Brotherhood
a
is good.
trilogy.
Yeah.
And then it became this like franchise that they couldn't do away with because it was a cash cow.
Yeah. I mean, every one sold like gangbusters, basically. And they had definitely been on a decline going into
That's
Black
really
Flag.
sad because it was such like an innovative concept from the jump, like with the Animus.
Yeah, very cool shit.
Like I know you're not a huge sci-fi fan.
Right.
Like, your bar is set a lot higher for that genre just because, like, at face value, it's something that can be kind of...
I think the weirdness of it and the reality of the situation, the weirdness of me, I should say, is I have a problem with that like sleek, clean aesthetic of like sci-fi a lot of the time. Because like when sci-fi is done like lived in, kind of dirty, kind of Star
Like,
Wars, kind
like
of
Blade
Destiny, yeah, I like it a lot more.
What's your top sci-fis?
Alien.
Alien. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Which is very lived in,
Yeah.
very gritty, like kind of like everything seems like an actual working facility. Something about the sleek nature of a lot of sci-fi, just like
Mass Effect.
just like the clean lines and like
takes you-
completely like
destroys your suspension of disbelief.
I don't even want to say that because there are you go into like a fancy hospital, it looks like that. You go into a fancy business, like a top tier fucking Fortune 500 company headquarters, it has that sleek, futuristic kind of look.
But you're also
something about it is just boring.
You're always gonna see like the fucking coffee cup behind the
right.
behind in the alcove by accident kind
Yeah.
of thing near the vending machines.
Yeah.
It was just like nobody noticed yet.
Yeah, it's
know?
just sitting there. I don't know. Something about just like that clean, sterile
Right. It's
aesthetic
kind
is
of
just
off-putting
Yeah,
to
I
you.
just don't like it. I don't like it as much as like the other sci-fi where it's like dirty.
Dirty. You just
Yeah,
like it
so
dirty.
Assassin's Creed
It's like
had
dirty.
had all these sci-fi elements. That
Right, and it is clean and like sterile when you're out of the animus and doing all that shit.
It's kind of like how they contrast those two different worlds.
Right, which I think I like that a lot.
Right.
I thought that was done really well.
Yeah, because you go back in time and you're like, there's fucking horses and dirt and
Well, that
sand
and like
and,
Ezio is so fucking cool.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Altier.
Yeah,
Like,
cool guys.
Like it had so much like
Connor.
It had so much mystique originally. Like
Yeah.
in that Ezio trilogy, like the mystique was still there, but now like it's just like, oh, they're just fucking beating this to
Yeah,
death.
kind of is how
Just
I feel.
beating
And like
the
you
shit
said,
to death.
a lot of people
There's
do.
no lore. It's just like we can't look forward to anything because basically all we have to look forward to is that they're gonna keep this thing going.
Yeah,
They're never gonna give us our answers.
and like I don't know,
And they're never gonna do it in a polished way.
They did do a lot of answers. I mean, fuck, I can't even remember which one it is now, but one of them they finally killed Desmond off and kind of like finished that whole plot about Desmond and him from Altair all the way up to Ezio to even Connor. So it might have been 3.
Was it 3? Or would it be
Three where they
Revelations?
finally ended. Well,
Desmond.
Revelations came before 3.
Oh, did
I
it?
know
Yeah.
it was Desmond in 3 because I
Yeah.
played that one.
Yeah, and Desmond. I think that's finally where they kill Desmond off and they
I didn't finish them.
make their choices, and they.
Because my computer.
I didn't hate the ending. I thought it was passable, but the reality of the situation is these game mechanics are just dated now, and they're just not interesting. They're not like. It's just not feeling as cool as it used to. It's. I mean, I've played the same game. Mainly the same game. I can't say it's 100% the same. There have been, like quality of life adjustments all the way through. But from Assassin's Creed 1 to now, I've played the same game every year, basically. And I just can't play it anymore. I'm just
Well, 2 was like 2 Brotherhood. 2 and Brotherhood were actually innovative.
Oh, yeah. True Brotherhood and then Black Flag, I feel, were like 100, like really revolutionized the way the game
How many
could
games
go.
were between Black Flag and
Brotherhood?
Brotherhood?
A lot.
Well,
It
there was Revelations and then 3.
3.
And then 4 was
4
Black
is
Flag.
Black Flag, yeah.
Okay, so
And Black Flag really and Black Flag is a lot of the cool stuff that was in 3 fleshed out and made more. The ship mechanics,
the
really.
sailing,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
is
sailing and like the pirate nature, like all of that was really cool and innovative. But at that point, they're at a juncture where they're like, "Hey, we're either going to make more pirate games, or we're going to make more Assassin's Creed games." And so I can't fault them for not doing the more sailing and getting into that more with the next one because they're not a pirate game,
right.
So, but I just have no interest in the standard Assassin's Creed experience anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
But that game was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I have nothing but great respect for like 3 or 4 of those games are amazing.
My favorite thing about the whole thing, though, was just like the concept of genetic memory.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Like the fact that, I mean, it seems plausible on some level.
It's at
because-
least enough sci-fi bullshit that I can get on board.
Like,
you know?
it seems plausible enough because of, like, epigenetics and like how that your phenotype can change based on external factors.
External factors, yes.
And the fact that we have inherent instincts and all these
Instincts
things
specifically, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty implausible ultimately, but
Right.
they were able to sell me on and it's just a fun thing to think about, who would be in my
line,
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
like who could I go back in and live as?
Yeah, who's in my lineage.
You guys got anybody in your lineage that's like a big hitter, like a big hardcore dude?
Stonewall Jackson apparently is
That's
Really?
pretty cool.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like a racist though.
That's fine.
Was he? He was. I think he was in the Civil War.
That's like
Confederate.
I mean,
side.
he was a 1800s racist. Like, so was like 99% of the population.
That's true. I'm related to Billy the Kid.
That's badass.
Yeah, he's like a second cousin.
Also a
something
racist,
like
I'm
that.
sure.
Oh, but guaranteed. Yeah, you ran with Native Americans.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he like black guys.
So
I got Sam Clemens, old Mark Twain.
oh, that's cool.
What? Yeah,
Yes.
Mark Twain.
Yeah, Mark Twain.
Get out of here.
Samuel Clemens is my like seventh fucking like cousin, like eighth, ninth.
So you're absolved from all racism until the end of time.
Right, but I also have Pierre Lafitte, John Lafitte's brother, who I'm sure was a racist, or at least an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a dick. So
All right, guys. Well, let's find something here. Let's find something here.
I think we got stuff.
All right, let's jump in.
All right.
All right, Rodney. So I know you're new to Abstergo, but this is what we call the animus. And what it does is it reads your genetic memory, and you're going to get in the machine, and it's going to allow us to access your ancestors out throughout history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So go ahead and get in the machine.
All right, just like step in like a dentist chair. Like how do I get in?
Yeah. So
I mean, you gotta strap me down. You gotta strap me down because like I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. Just go ahead and make yourself comfortable.
Hey man, I'm just here to to see this.
Have
thing
a good
through.
time,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm
All
gonna
right,
sit on
so I'm
here.
gonna go ahead and and just
It's a
breathe.
nice leather.
Nice
This chair.
deep breaths. Deep breaths. All right.
Okay, would you like me to key him in now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we're loading the sequence and begin.
How's our sync rate?
And I
the
just
sync rate is at 72% right now. That's
okay.
that's fine for
I'm
what
gonna
we're
need
trying
you
to
to.
get.
We're gonna need you to relax.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
just keep breathing.
Yeah,
we're
just
getting
in and out.
Getting around 85. That should be fine.
Don't worry about my hand. This gesture is just to relax you. I
All
hope
right.
that's relaxing, isn't it?
It's. I mean, it's relaxing.
You don't like when he rubs your knee like that, or
No, I actually.
All right, I'll go
prefer
ahead
if
and
you would
stop
like-
that then. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
thank
he
you so
was
much.
dropping down to
Look,
around 50% when you were
I'm
rubbing
sorry.
his knee.
Look, I don't know how I don't know a lot about the medical doctor stuff. I'm just here to
It's just genetic memory.
Okay.
It's just intense algorithms decoding all of your inherent information in your genetic code and your DNA.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense to me.
All right,
Right.
so just
That-
go ahead and start breathing deep again.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna drop you into one of your ancestors who was part of the Assassin's Code. Okay, he's a part of the Assassin's Brotherhood. All right,
Okay.
are you comfortable with that?
Hey, that's why I'm here.
Hey, Dean,
Yes, sir.
why don't you let me do the leading? Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. Let me get back to programming.
Hey.
All right. So I want you to imagine a peaceful beach,
Nice.
and
Peaceful beach.
we cut to 2200 AD, and people are jacked into the Matrix. People are experiencing life completely digitally, and our main character, the ancestor of Rodney, is in a counter Templar cyber organization running through completely digital constructs.
Well, hello.
Hey.
we have got to get away from these Templars, man. The ice in this place is fucking insane. Like, I've never seen this kind of geometry on these kind of programs.
All of this geometry is alien to me. It's all self-structured.
They're using topologies that have not been introduced. I mean, this is not what I've seen back in Cuba.
No, this is far beyond my understanding of what is possible in this digital realm.
Phil.
Are you all right?
Who's that?
Phil,
Are you okay?
are you okay to take point?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. I'm just here, I'm here breathing, taking a look around.
All right.
Phil, I think that's not the appropriate response to doing a run on a mega corporation.
Yeah, we're doing a run on a megacorp right now. We're doing a run on the Templar megacorporation.
But like a big old corporation.
Yeah, big old corporation. I'm gonna get this Ibatsu power book, and we're gonna hack these files and find out who the Templars are.
Okay, I never been to Japan, man, but
We're not in Japan.
What?
This is Neo Seoul.
Oh man,
Where are you right now? Where's your head right now?
Dude,
I don't even know. I feel like I got a lot of catching up to do. Can you guys
Phil, what are you on right now? You are a top hacker.
That's right.
I don't feel comfortable with Phil's not
What
in
the
on this.
fuck is
I don't feel
going on
comfortable-
with Phil
Look,
right
I
now?
gotta tell you right now, I don't feel comfortable that Phil is not playing at the top of his game. I'm worried about him as a hacker right now.
Dude, Phil.
His ability to put up firewalls is in question.
No, guys, like I like. I mean, I feel like if I just like get going, you know what I mean. Let's just like get into it, and I'll figure it out from there.
You'll figure it out from
that.
that.
Yeah,
Do you see the fucking crazy shit we're looking at right now?
Yeah, I'm looking over. Yeah, I see that.
This is beyond the pale.
I think he's compromised.
This is walls and walls of
I
security,
think-
Philip.
I think he's fucking meat damaged.
I think he is too.
I'm meat
I
damage.
think you're compromised by far. Maybe meat
I
damage.
think he's overheating right now.
I don't know what
we
that
cut
means, to be honest.
we cut to Phil unjacking and convulsing on the ground. Oh my god, Phil, what's happening? Are you okay? What happened in there?
You all right, man?
Oh fuck, man! I came in and I told them I was breathing, and they just fucking they didn't believe it.
Yeah.
You told them you were breathing and they didn't believe?
I don't know. I didn't really know what I was supposed to do, to be honest. I just thought I was going back to like hang out.
Phil,
with
you're a top hacker.
I was going to go like hang out with my family, like hang out, get
Phil,
a couple
Hang out
drinks.
with your
Phil, there's something wrong. You don't even talk
Philip?
with an accent normally.
Philip. Your family's dead. They've been
My
dead.
family's dead.
They've been dead for years.
Oh my
Well, I
god,
thought that
this
was
is
the point.
pernicious.
I thought that was the point. I was heading back, hanging out with my family, my ancestors.
Oh my god.
I don't. He's talking nonsense right now.
This is
What?
Phil, we're gonna have to put you in the Animus. There's no you are
See,
exhibiting post-colonial times. This is before the 2011 the 2111 takeover.
The only thing that makes sense out of that is the Animus, man. I heard that before, so
All right, we're going to have to put you in the Animus in order to understand what exactly the Templars have done to you.
I feel like we need to restructure Phil's memory, so we should probably put him in the Animus and bring him back to a time he's more familiar with, or maybe something his genetics memorized.
Right,
somewhere in the
something that's more
past.
acclimated to. Okay, fair.
Okay, we have
fair.
to rebuild him as a genetic individual.
All right, Steve, go ahead and get him prepped for the Animus.
All right, give me your feet.
oh, here you go.
I'm gonna have to pop every one of your toes. Is
Oh,
that
pop
okay?
my toes.
And I hope you don't mind, Phil, if I rub your leg a little bit. Just normally helps people get synced.
I mean, this is a little more in depth than the last time I came in.
How's this sync rate,
Yeah,
Steve?
boss. He's at 40%, 48%. He's not really receptive.
Would you like? Okay, oh.
We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to crack the rest of your toes. I think.
All right, go ahead and crack them. Hey, man, just to let you guys know, I'm not into this per se. You know what I mean?
All right, he's looking at he's like 77%. So
All right,
I mean,
I say we commit him.
apart from what he said, he's very much into that.
Right. So let's go ahead and put him under, and let's start syncing. And now.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, yo, Barkley.
Yeah, Box. What are you
Hey.
doing?
Dude, you selling these fucking nickels and dimes to these broads? You know what? You are the biggest sucker in Philly. I swear to God.
Yeah,
Hey,
you,
man, look, I mean, right off the bat, I gotta say, first one's always free. You know what I mean?
All right, that's
Barkley, you're talking like you're fucking.
you
from
talking
fucking
weird.
South.
You talking like you're from the fucking.
talking weird.
From the like Texas. You from Texas now, Barkley? You grew up in fucking Southie. I know where you grew up.
Yeah, I was born in Texas. I raised in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
You were born in
I
Texas.
was raised in Texas. That's where
Texas,
I'm from.
Texas, north of Worcestershire,
That's right.
in Boston.
That's right.
Okay, something's wrong with this guy. He's fucking.
You
high?
you been taking the drugs,
You
bro?
been high on your own supply right now?
You learned anything
you
from being
drugs,
on the
yeah.
street for 10 years?
I mean, I know it's like an unsaid rule that you like don't dip into your own supply, but that's just like a general. You know, that's not really a rule. It's more of like a lifestyle choice that I'd choose.
You chose that lifestyle choice.
That's right.
What you getting high on, baby?
What am I getting high
You
on?
getting high on this heroin right here?
Sure, I'll take some heroin.
All right, man. So, tell me, where in your facts and figures did the boss tell you you could get high on this heroin? Walk me through it. Point A to B.
Well, I guess it had to start off when I said, "Hey, listen, I'm the boss,
What?
and I'm here, and I'm gonna take as much heroin as I want."
Marco, this guy, he's crazy. I told you he's crazy.
Oh, man, we
Told you he's
can't
fucking
even.
crazy.
So which
can't
one of
even-
you guys is my family? Like, which one of you guys is my like?
Your family? What?
You look like a
We
lot.
cut back to Susie and Steve looking at the Animus and not getting and pulling Rodney out because the simulation's not
The
working.
sync just doesn't happen.
The simulation
You just
is
can't sync.
is not conducive. They have to find another genetic memory. Rodney, so it seems like you
Hey.
are. It seems like the Templars have hacked your memory such that you are a country Texan in every single.
Every single
life.
timeline we put you in, every single ancestor is the same sort of.
Well, like-
I don't
I
want to
think-
be offensive
I
to
think-
you as a person,
All right, now, hold on.
but
now.
every ancestor we
You
put
better
you
be-
in is a backwoods sort of redneck type that you.
Now, what do you
are.
mean by backwoods?
I mean,
All right,
I
so
don't,
so
like I said, I don't mean
we're-
to be offensive.
There's
Well, I do take offense to that, sir.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying you have a very red neck. You obviously work a lot in
And I'm
fields.
proud of it.
I know you drink a lot. I mean, you have a Foster's beer here, and you've probably never been to Australia, I'm sure.
No, but is the beer of Australia?
And I'm sure that's very cultivated to you as a person from South Texas.
That's right.
But we're just confused by how the Templars have able to manipulate the gene sequence in a way that every single one of your ancestors is a redneck. Can you tell me a little bit about like your grandpa? Like, was he a lot like you, or do you know anything about any of your past family?
No, I don't know anything about my past family. That's why I'm like here with you guys. I get a chance to get a little insight on my relatives. You know, I had the opportunity. I was
Steve, let
I
me
was-
talk to you for a moment. Do you
I
think? I'm sorry, Phil.
No, it's
and
Rodney.
we're all friends here. Oh my gosh.
We're bleeding. We're having the bleeding effect.
Oh,
It's,
no.
It's totally normal. This is what happens
Okay,
with the
fair enough. So, is
I-
it possible that they?
I'm
it seem-
starting to wonder.
It seems like they're monitoring us, probably.
I'm wondering if
I just don't know if this is just another piece of ice that they've installed in our Animus and we're going to infect our system.
I would like to posit a theory.
Okay.
Perhaps Rodney comes from such a small genetic stock that maybe the Animus cannot parse the code differences between him and his ancestors.
So that's the thing, the
So
tactic
like
you
that
think they took?
maybe his parents were brother and sister, and maybe their parents before they, and maybe this weird ancestral line goes all the way back to the Middle Ages, and that it is so tightly compact that every ancestor in his genetic line is functionally the same person.
Right, I think that's the code they're using. But Phil is our best tester.
You
our,
think?
Our best hacker.
It's possible.
No, he is. We've been running with him for 15 years.
I mean, he does
It's
drink
only
a lot.
until we went on this mission with this crazy topology that they have that
Hey, y'all, the
he's
six-packs
started
get
turning
real
into this
low.
crazy person.
I don't understand it. I know his entire genetic line is compromised just by looking at this code. Every single person in his line is functionally the same redneck gentleman. I don't know what happened. I don't know what kind of tricks Abstergo's pulling, but I don't know what to say.
And we cut to the mustache twirling masterminds of the Abstergo plot.
Yes.
They seem to be falling for it quite nicely. We've implanted one of our special individuals into their purview.
Special.
Right, I'm glad you've
To
caught
think
that.
that all it took was a Foster's beer.
1 6-pack of Foster's beer. and
1 6-pack.
Any individual becomes a bleeding ignorant who cannot think for himself.
And whose entire genetic legacy reeks of Texan.
South Texan, to be precise.
And scene.
maybe.
I don't know.